This is the beginning of a new day.
This is the beginning of a new day.
God has given me this day to use as I will.
I can waste it.
I can waste it.
I can waste it or use it for good.
What I do today is important.
What I do today is important.
As I am exchanging a day of my life for it.
When tomorrow comes,
this day will be gone. Forever.
This day will be gone forever.
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 Leaving something in its place. I have traded for it.
I want it to be gain, not loss.
Good.
Good.
Good, not evil.
success.
Success, not failure.
In order that I shall not forget.
In order that I shall not forget the price
I paid for it.
Everybody get ready. Ooh, everybody get ready. Ooh, everybody get ready. Ooh, everybody get ready. Ooh, everybody get ready for Steve. Everybody get ready for DC. Everybody get ready for Steve. Everybody get ready for DC. Everybody get ready for Steve and 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 DC.
T-minus 15, stand by for terminal count. 10, 9, 8.
Side booster ignition.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, stop what you're doing and listen.
This is the Steve and DC Morning Show, starring Steve and DC, Don Hartley with news, James Spann, the weatherman, Audio Bob, and Diesel, the show pitbull mascot and head of security. Now, Steve and DC.
Have y'all heard Dollar Tree is raising the maximum price of their items to $7?
Whoa! They got to change the name of the place now.
Yep. They've already announced they're changing their name.
It's not the Dollar Tree anymore.
Nope, it's now going to be known as Liar Tree.
Yeah.
The $7 tree.
and fast food workers, this was on the news earlier this morning, and I saw the look on intern Kat's face. She couldn't believe it. Fast food workers, as of today in California, are now making $20 an hour.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, if you think about California's like prices to live, it's a little different, but $20 an hour seems crazy.
$20 an hour in California. They say you can go to Taco Bell today and get 6 tacos for $87.50.
I'm sorry, cents?
I mean, no dollars. Somebody's got to pay those workers, right?
I'd rather go to Taco Casa anyway.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. And a convenience store has announced, I think it's 7-Eleven, if I remember correctly, and we don't have those in Tuscaloosa, and it's a good thing. They have introduced hot dog flavored water.
Whoa! What are people doing? Who came up with this idea? They need to be arrested.
Yeah, they really are. Hot dog flavored water. This is not an April Fool's joke, DC.
Now, there was an old thing in the 90s that Limp Bizkit put out called hot dog flavored water.
Was it really? Maybe that's where they got the idea from.
That's kind of weird.
The old Limp Bizkit song. I don't know. They asked the 7-Eleven PR person about why they did hot dog flavored water, and they said it's for people who've been out drinking all night and want to get hydrated but still haven't thrown up. So this would be the way.
This is like Ipecac.
This would be the way to do
Just
that.
thinking of it, like, grosses me out.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so who's going to be first? Identify the 8 celebrity voices saying Roll Tide, and we give you a vacation to Panama City Beach, Florida, the Holiday Inn Resort. Lean in now. Going to wherever you're headed today in the car, turn up the radio and see if you recognize these voices.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Roll Tide, baby.
Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Who said Roll Tide? You tell us, and you win the vacation. Don Hartley, and a good morning to you, and a good morning to D.C. Live this morning from Richmond, Virginia.
Morning.
Morning, everybody. Is it Final Four time yet? I mean, it's like waiting to open Christmas presents, right? I mean, come on, we're ready.
Clock is ticking down on it, and UConn remains an 11.5-point favorite over Alabama.
Don't you think that's exactly where we want them to, right?
Well, it's good news that it hasn't widened since the initial line came out. The thing I think is interesting about the game is that the over-under is 161.5 points.
Okay, I don't even understand that. DC, do you understand that? That's above my pay grade.
Yeah, that has to do with the amount of points scored.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And 160 points.
161.5 points. I don't know how they're going to score a half point.
Well, that'd be interesting. That'll make the Sports Center highlight reel if that happens.
That would probably trigger an investigation.
Some sort of NCAA investigation. DC, if you're head basketball coach Nate Oates, don't you prefer that UConn be favored over your team? That puts you in a good position.
I think so. I mean, this is by far the best team in the tournament.
That's right.
I mean, we played UNC, but UConn is way better than UNC. So, I mean, if we can knock them off, I'm telling you, if we knock them off, we are national champions. You watch.
Yeah, and the thing that I like is that none of the supposed experts in sports giving Alabama even a chance.
Perfect. Does that include Charles Barkley?
I don't think Barkley has recovered from yelling Roll Tide yet.
Hold on, I got him right here.
Roll Tide! But we haven't had a chance the whole tournament, so I'm fine with that.
Did you guys hear Bruce Pearl, who we like, the coach at Auburn, of course, say that he would never yell Roll Tide or cheer for Alabama, that he likes Nate Oates a lot, but he just would never cheer for Alabama or yell Roll Tide, Bruce Pearl said.
Which he actually said, I will never say the words Roll Tide, which he said twice, saying that he would never say those words.
Well, that's a good point. I guess he did, didn't he? Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, got him on a technicality, didn't we?
That's right.
I tell you what, it's National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day, DC, so I'm going to go have a sandwich, and we'll be right back.
This is the Steve and DC Show.
Mama's house, and she always had something on the stove. It didn't matter when you showed up. If she had not cooked, she would, and she would force it on you. I mean, and she would say to me, I can almost hear her voice now, God rest her soul, you look like you need a sandwich or something to eat. Of course, I'd always say yes. And
yeah, of course.
And she always had pies and cakes baked and sitting there. I mean, just always,
Well, you know what my mama would always say to me?
What's that?
She would say, it's peanut butter jelly time.
Well, how appropriate. It's almost like you knew that it's peanut butter and jelly day, DC. Woo. And I don't think anybody loves peanut butter and jelly more than I do. I don't think you possibly could. Is there anything better than a PB&J and a glass of ice cold milk? I tried to say.
No, there's nothing better.
It's America's go-to sandwich. And now I was just reading about it. I didn't know this. It wasn't a thing until World War II when it became a staple for American soldiers.
That's kind of how it happened. The invention of pre-sliced bread, you used to have to slice the loaf yourself. When they did pre-slicing, it helped since kids could make the sandwiches for themselves.
Okay.
But in the beginning, peanut butter was considered rich people food.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Uh-huh. That's right.
I did read the average American will eat 1,500 PB&Js before they turn 18.
And I think I ate about 1,400 of those. Or did. At least I did. Before I turned 18.
Yes. And they also say to avoid a soggy PB&J, spread peanut butter on both slices of bread.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to do that. Now, do any of y'all ever cheat and get the, I forget what they call them, the pre-made, the Crustables, I believe it is.
Yes.
Oftentimes I will do that, but I will look around over my shoulder when I buy that because I don't want anybody to think I'm lazy. I mean, that's the lazy man's.
That's the last thing you'd want.
That's a lazy man's PB&J.
It is, but I love it.
The last thing I'd want is for anybody to look at me and say, that's a lazy guy right there. getting a pre-made PB&J. And I tell you something in my just my opinion now that should be illegal, and that's the jars of peanut butter with the jelly already mixed in it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care for that. I don't care for that. Do you?
That is a bastardization.
A bastardization.
Of something wholesome.
Of the PB&J sandwich. That's exactly right. Audio Bob, I've got a red X on my peanut butter jelly song, so I'm not able to play it. If you could fix that for me. Because I would love to hear that at the risk of it getting stuck in our heads, and we'll all be singing it all day today. But I got a red X.
Peanut butter jelly time.
Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut
I don't know any words after that.
Peanut butter jelly time. I don't think this is the one we had in mind. This is Young Thug doing peanut butter jelly.
We got London on the train. Peanut butter jelly. 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 No deli. I got money, check the score credit. Don't do nothing unless you know they did it. Sleeping patties. What you have? I'm having bread. I'm keeping bread.
No. That's not. I don't think that's the song that me and DC had in mind.
No, it's almost as bad as Yoko Ono.
Almost, not quite. It's a Steve and DC show. We got it. We found it, DC. Here it is.
It's peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Where you at? Where you at?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Do the peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Now where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Now there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Now peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly.
I think that'll make my. I think I'll make that my alarm ringtone or whatever. So it is peanut butter and jelly day. So that's still not the song that I was thinking about.
It's not?
No, there's another one. Who knew there were so many songs about peanut butter and jelly?
I think you're thinking of the Yoko Ono version.
No.
Peanut butter jelly time.
No, I don't think I am.
It's peanut butter.
No, I'm not. Don Hartley was listening to the show driving in, and we replayed yesterday's segment with Yoko Ono doing What a Wonderful World, and he said his ears were bleeding.
This is great. I love it.
How much should we play?
Someone's stepping on her toe.
Sounds like she's having a stroke. You know what you ought to do? You ought to put that on your phone, DC, and when you're flying back today from Richmond, just start playing it on the plane as loud as you can.
Yeah. And oh, boy. If only that guy would have been a slightly better shot.
Oh, no. You didn't go there. You didn't go there, did you?
Yeah.
You know what I say? Bless her heart.
Yeah.
She's making what they call a joyful noise. Okay, I'm disturbed this morning. I'm very disturbed this morning. There's a new report that says drugs like Ozempic don't work for at least 15% of us. They found up to 15% of people barely lose any weight when they take Ozempic.
Well, I kind of believe that because I didn't have a lot of luck with Ozempic. In fact, I'm pretty certain I gained weight on Ozempic.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain I might have too if I were to tell the truth.
And I thought you were going to touch on this story about the Ozempic pregnancies.
Oh, no, I don't know anything about that. I took Ozempic for a long time, and I didn't get pregnant.
Maybe that's what you and I are dealing with.
Even though I looked like I was about 9 months.
Maybe we both are carrying a child.
Yeah, maybe we did something wrong.
No, it was all over TikTok yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
These Ozempic random Google it and see.
I will.
Ozempic pregnancies. Women say they went on Ozempic and they suddenly got pregnant even when they were taking the pill or whatever. So watch out.
Wow. Well, okay. I will watch out. Have you heard of Oat-Zempic?
No.
That's another thing that came from TikTok. It's people who, instead of taking Ozempic for weight loss, they make a drink using oatmeal, water, and lime juice that it says you don't have to inject it into your butt once a week.
Really?
Yeah. So it's good to know that you don't have to do that.
Now,
it's nothing like Ozempic at all. And if you want a meal substitute, you just take the Oat-Zempic concoction.
Okay.
Oatmeal, water, and lime juice. I never heard anything about injecting it into your butt once a week.
Now, a lot of us in Tuscaloosa are taking Nate Oates' Zempic.
And it works beautifully.
This is the Steve and DC Show.
Yes.
Jimmy Carter's in Nashville. I don't know if he takes anything. Good morning, Jimmy. Roll
probably
time.
should. I should take it all.
Yeah, me too. Good morning.
I should take it all. By the way, just got off the phone with my radio station I talked to in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. That's down there on they call it the heel of the boot.
Yeah.
If you're looking at Missouri. And they had the power knocked out to their radio station last night. So there is some kind of weather coming in the next 24 hours. And I don't know how, just a heads up, I guess is what you'd say.
Yeah.
In Nashville, a lot of people are going home from school early. Some of the counties even canceled school today. So.
They've canceled all the after-school activities in Walker County today for the school system there, I just read.
Well, it is that time of year, so it's a heads-up day, that's for sure.
So no more dealing meth on the playground today after school. All those activities have been canceled in Walker County. Did you guys hear, Jimmy Carter, you got me on a sidebar here. Did you guys hear that in Walker County they're about to put out, it's such a problem, it's really not funny, Narcan vending machines where you can get the Narcan that saves people from ODing out of a vending machine, just like we buy soda and snacks.
Well, it's next to the Snickers bar in most Walker County hotels.
You can have a Snickers
isn't
bar
that terrible?
And a thing of Narcan, but they really are doing that in Walker County. Unbelievable.
Well, if it saves somebody's life, that's good.
So. That's right.
I guess.
Sure.
There was a big article yesterday written in the new newspaper in town, which is the old newspaper, but it's coming back, called the Nashville Banner. And they're all having a discussion about the town become a town for come into town just to get drunk out of your mind. And there's some people finally reacting to that a little bit. I wondered how long it was going to take or what it was going to take for people to say how much is too much in this lifestyle effect that's going on in downtown Nashville.
Well, every country star has got their own bar, about every few feet downtown, right?
Yeah.
It's just that people are not going down to listen to the music. They're going down to get smashed.
Yeah.
And it's not even going down to have a cocktail. It's to get just smashed out of your mind drunk. And who knows what happened to Riley Strain.
Right.
And there's just, there's just stuff going on above and beyond that.
Sounds like Nashville is quickly turned into the French Quarter in New Orleans.
Yeah, you're right. And then some. So stay tuned. That's just a discussion that's just starting. Little Big Town and Sugarland are going to get together and do a sing-along at the CMT Awards this Sunday night on CBS.
Well, Sugarland, aren't they reuniting? Jennifer Nettles and, what's his name?
Right.
Christian.
And I know she's been out doing Farmer Needs a Wife TV show and some Broadway stuff and things like that. But them getting together would seem like a smart play.
She's also in a couple of movies. She was in the Exorcist, the new Exorcist movie.
Oh, she was?
They did.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, whatever happened to the, I hate to put it this way, but the fat girl in Sugarland?
Well, actually, funny that you say that. She lives on the street where my daughter lives, and she doesn't come out of the house too much.
Wow.
Okay.
So that's weird that you brought that up, because that was brought up to me over the weekend. We rode by her house.
Interesting.
The boy in the band, he's been producing. That's what he's new people trying to make a hit.
And by the way, he's officially known as the boy in the band.
The boy in the band.
Christian.
I can't remember his name, but it's not important.
I can't.
Alabama. The June Jam lineup is here. They will have Old Dominion, Shenandoah, Lee Greenwood, Montgomery Gentry, featuring Eddie Montgomery, Mark Wills, Exile, John Barry, Taylor Hicks, and a whole bunch of other people.
Well, boy, it's a shame they couldn't get anybody to participate.
June 1 is where it is. Fort Payne. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on that week. It's not just one day. There are also not a lot of hotels up that way, so you probably got to stay in Chattanooga, Guntersville, Gadsden, somewhere like that, or a camper if you got one. That would be ideal.
Well, I'm telling you, though, you say that, but that Four Seasons in Gadsden is nice.
It's really nice. Yeah.
I'm telling you. Well, I think you boys would like doing this. They're having the June Jam Cornhole Tournament.
Oh, yeah.
$50 entry fee per two-person team, cash prizes at the Alabama Fan Club Museum.
Oh, yeah.
Now, people making money.
Ain't nobody
we got people
cornhole.
People making money. Blake Shelton, he did 11 concerts recently in an arena. It was 100% sold out, 11,000 per night. His average gross now is $1 million per night.
Wow.
You wonder why you can't have a lot of people just showing up and playing, at theaters and clubs around anymore. Yeah. Their price is high. Cody Johnson, who's still a newcomer, he did 4 shows recently. It was 98% sold out, 11,000 people per night, pretty normal arena, full crowd. His average gross now is $740,000 per night.
That ain't bad.
Not bad.
Eagles,
no, but
same thing, 100%, 11,000 people, 7 shows. Their average take per night is $3.4 million.
Wow, I wonder how much old Vince Gill gets of that.
He's probably, I'd probably pay him pretty good, but I bet he doesn't get a full share.
Yeah.
No.
Wouldn't you think?
Well, yeah, because he's not an original Eagle.
Right.
No, that $3 million. I bet he does get. I know they pick him up in a jet. Yeah. I do know that much.
Yeah.
They pick him up in a private jet, and I'm sure he's living real good on the road. I bet they pop him pretty good because he's an artist in his own right. He'd go out and make a pretty good bit of money. So I wouldn't be surprised if he got a couple $100,000 per gig.
But hang on now. Did you hear what Taylor Swift made?
No.
On her $4 billion on her tour, $20 million a night.
Ooh.
Well, what she's doing is she's selling so much merchandise. She's the only other person who's ever done anything like that ever, and that includes the Beatles, because the Beatles weren't prepared, so they lost out on the merchandise. But Garth Brooks was prepared, and he was selling tractor trailers full of it every night. And she's the first one to do that since him. There are a lot of similarities in the Garth and the Taylor.
DC, did you say $20 million a night for Tay-Tay?
Every night. And every person in her band and crew became a millionaire just for being on that tour.
I bet they did. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's treated people the best of anybody's ever been out on the road, and she's got a lot more road to do.
Oh, yeah? She's got some left.
She even gave the truck drivers $100,000 bonus.
What, the truck drivers that drive all the equipment, big 18-wheelers and stuff, got a $100,000 bonus?
Yep, gave them all $100,000.
Well, good for her. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, she needs to have a us to go up there and do something like give traffic, be in the parking lot and tell people where to park or something.
I'll park
They give
cars.
those kind of tips.
What does that pay? Yeah, I'll park cars for Taylor Swift any day of the week. Jimmy Carter, everything hot out of Nashville this morning. Thank you so much.
This is the Steve and DC Show.
Good to hear Sugar Land. And as Jimmy Carter reported a moment ago, DC, they're going to be reuniting on the CMA Awards, I guess it is, coming out.
Yeah, and I don't think Jimmy heard me, but I know it was Jennifer Nettles and Christian Bush is the fellow's name.
That's his name. That's the guy's name. I just always say the guy in Sugar Land because
the boy in the band.
It's the boy in the band, Christian Bush. Well, good. He deserves some props too because he's a good musician.
Yeah, he actually, I think, does most of the writing, and Jennifer does most of the singing.
I love her. To me, she has a very sexy appeal about her, and she can sing anything. The girl can sing.
You ain't seen nothing yet. In that Exorcist movie, the new one, when the demon gets a going, she's sexier than ever.
When the demon gets to going and doing.
Yeah, when the demon's going and doing.
I didn't know she was an actress. I didn't know she was an actress. I just thought she was a singer.
She's been in a lot of stuff lately. I didn't realize she was so prolific.
Yeah, well,
in the acting.
Yeah,
and
apparently
that's the word for it.
I've got something here, and I'm not exactly sure how to present it to you, but when I read it, I thought we need to do it on the show because it's the kind of thing, if you heard about, you would go tell other people, hey, did you hear about this?
Okay.
There's a guy in Oregon who has been sentenced to life in prison, and it was appealed, and he lost the appeal. And the reason he was sentenced in Oregon, and apparently it had to be very, very bad. He tried to say it was cruel and unusual punishment to get life for what he was doing. You don't even know the degree to which this guy was doing what he was doing. He was a chronic public pleasure himself man. He was doing it in public to the extent that the judge gave him life in prison.
I can't handle it.
And I know it's early, but
he could.
It's in the news. They're already making this thing into like some sort of Netflix special.
No.
They are.
It has come to this court's attention. This man was found guilty of tampering with his own evidence and abusing the penal code. The state finds that he was indeed badgering the witness and tipping off the bailiff. So he will be placed in manual lockdown. And for the rest of your life, you'll be celebrating Palm Sunday in jail. There will be no more appeals, so you can't beat this case.
It's a Steve and DC morning show, and we say hello to our friend Dr. Brent Tidwell. How are you, Doc? Woo. Good to see you this morning, and it's nice to have you with us so bright and early. You doctors get an early start, don't you?
We try to.
Yeah, because you got a full day. And I know DC recently had lunch with you, and he came back the next day, and I mean, he is just dying to tell me about all these wonderful things that you guys talked about that you're doing now. It's complete health and wellness, and some things that if you're listening to us right now and you woke up tired this morning, and I know I did, and you got a full night's sleep, but you woke up tired, and you're wondering what's up with that, you know it shouldn't be that way. Doc, you have ways to help with that, don't you?
Absolutely. What we do, we can do different tests on you, from blood test to genetic methylation test. Personally, I'll tell you a quick story about my own self. Like most doctors don't take care of their self real well.
Yeah.
And we just go out there and try to take care of everybody else. And that's one thing this past year, I told my wife, I said, look, I got to start taking care of myself better. So we did a genetic methylation test on my own self. A lot of people out there may have heard of this stuff. It may be Greek to them right now, but over the next probably 10 years, you're going to start hearing a lot about genetic methylation.
It's Greek to me. What is it?
Okay, genetic methylation, think of this. If we go out here and get oil out of the ground, we can't go run that in our car immediately, correct?
Right.
Okay, we have to send it to somebody like Hun Oil out here, and then they basically methylate it, okay? They get it where they can, you run it in your car, whether it be unleaded, whether it be diesel, we get grease out of it, all of those good things, okay? Well, when we eat things, it goes into our stomach and our body methylates it, okay? It gets all the nutrients and all out of it. But if your body can't methylate certain things, it's doing you no good. And actually, it can harm you in a roundabout way because your body can't do it.
I see. Yeah.
So anyway, you have to learn about that. And this all stuff has been really out to the public only the last few years. And myself and Dr. Knight, we have studied up on it the last few years and all. If you remember when you were in science classes and study the Krebs cycle. Well, that's really what it is the Krebs cycle on steroids.
Well, I think I was absent that day, DC.
But as far as like chronic fatigue and all, we can, once we get all these tests back, we can show you why you are the way you are. And I'll be honest, when I got mine back, I mean, it was like a road mount for me. I kind of got a little belly fat around my midsection.
What's that like? I've heard of people that.
Well, due to that, most people that have is the part of the genetic methylation is a COMT. Well, guess what? You can have one parent that gives it to you or both parents. Well, guess what? I got both of my parents. Lovely gave me my COMT.
See,
it's either called heterozygous or homozygous. Okay, so I got both of them.
So you're hetero and homo, Dr. Tidwell?
I got both of them, yes. And so anyway.
Forgive me, please.
Yeah, I kind of led you into that one, didn't I?
You sure did. I appreciate it.
But anyway, due to me not being, I don't methylate estrogen very well in my body. Even males, we do have a little estrogen. Don't want much, but we do have it. And so I don't methylate it real well. So I have to take certain things so that I keep that under control. And so I try to keep my midsection down.
And that's how that is affected then?
That's 100% how it's affected.
Wow, no matter how much you diet or how much Ozempic you take, you're still going to have that unless you look at it from the perspective that you're talking about.
Well, I heard you talking about, I was driving in and heard you talking about the Ozempic and all. Okay. That's why the Ozempic doesn't work on some people.
I see.
Okay, so that's the thing is when you come into us, I promise you, when we get this back, it will open your eyes because we can literally sit there and tell you, hey, you have this problem, this problem, this problem, and it literally, when you're sitting there looking at it and going over it, you think back to where you were a certain age. I got another one is MTFHR is another gene mutation that you can have. Well, guess what? I got the same thing. I got both mom and dad on that one also.
What does that do to you?
Okay, like I can't methylate folic acid very well. Okay, at all, really. And so a lot of people says, well, what's the big deal about folic acid? Folic acid, if you eat bread or pastas that are enriched or enhanced, that has folic acid in it.
I see.
Okay, in 1993, our wonderful government allowed Monsanto, they actually make folic acid to put it in all of our things, and so it stays on the shelves better. And so at this point, go get you a loaf of bread and leave it on just one that's been enriched or whatever. You can leave it there forever. But you go buy some organic bread, and that thing is molded within a week.
I see. So
because it doesn't
have the preservative.
It doesn't have the folic acid as your preservative.
I got you. Yep. Now, to get this test to find out where you are on all this stuff that we're talking about, is it as simple as a blood test?
It is a blood test, and it's a cheek swab. So it's
So it's this easy.
It's very easy, extremely easy, and we probably do 10 to 15, sometimes 20 blood draws a day in our office. We do a lot of this.
And then you get these results back, and you're able to check for all these things. I know hormone pellets, DC, we had talked about, and that's something we wanted to mention, too. We mentioned that some guys, that we have a little estrogen, and we're supposed to, but maybe we don't have enough testosterone.
I want to tell you something. That's one thing, we test for also is your hormones. So because the thing is, we get you eating right, eating the things that you should be eating and not eating. And it's not a diet. Understand, this is a lifestyle change you have to do. And but anyway, then we get your hormones in line for you. And
now, what kind of results are you seeing, Dr. Tudor?
Oh, it's phenomenal. I mean, absolutely phenomenal. Most of the time, be honest, we have mostly women that come in first.
Right.
Well, when the women, she gets tuned up, at that point, the husband can't stay with the wife. And then the next thing I know, she's dragging him in going, hey, you got to get some too. You got to go with me.
I bet. And we want our listeners to know that you can get an initial consultation from Dr. Tidwell and at his office about all of this and find out how you can do it and how it can benefit you. And then suddenly there's more energy and there's weight loss and just your life improves. You're not tired all the time.
And
that's
of
a
it
lot
this
of
way.
lot of people, I guarantee you right now, are thinking, boy, I could use that.
Yeah. Complete Health and Wellness. Think of it this way. They are the rejuvenation center for our area, okay? Alabama's rejuvenation. You're going to feel rejuvenated. You'll even get more sex drive.
Well, and who doesn't want that?
I want it.
That's right.
Listen, how do we get in touch with you and make an appointment? Do we need to make an appointment? Do you have a website?
Yes. You'll need to definitely make an appointment because we stay extremely busy.
I'm sure.
But it's 205-343-7743. And more than likely, you're going to be talking to Tanya. Tanya will get you hooked up and get you in. And, you know, the other thing is, DC, we were talking about chronic fatigue. And, you know, a lot of people wake up every morning just chronically fatigued.
I do. I honestly do. I wake up tired.
Well, the thing is, all of what we just talked about leads to chronic fatigue. Because if your digestive system's not properly methylating what you're eating, then at that point, like vitamin D, if you're not got enough vitamin D,
it's sunshine, right?
It's sunshine. It's the only vitamin that our body makes. Okay. The rest of it we get from eating, okay?
I see.
So most people, because we work inside, the majority of us, you know, we're all low in vitamin D.
Sure.
And if you're not taking the proper amounts of vitamin D ends up acting like a hormone, okay?
Really?
And it's great for your immune system. You know, during the wonderful COVID that we went through, a lot of people, you know, they were saying, take D. Well, the reason is it increases your immune system.
And we could all use that.
Oh, absolutely.
A consultation is the first thing you do. And again, that phone number is 205-343-7743. And online, I believe it's CompleteHealthAndWellness.com.
It's complete-healthandwellness.com.
Complete-healthandwellness.com for more information. Alabama's Rejuvenation Center is what I believe you called it, DC, and what a perfect name for it.
Yeah, I mean, everything really is about rejuvenating your body, and God knows I need some rejuvenation. I want to feel, Doc, you told me you want to get me feeling like I felt in my 20s.
Well, that's the thing is, when you go to most medical doctors, not bashing them, but the bottom line is they run a blood test on you. When you put your age in, the labs kind of push you over to your age group. Well, I'm 57, okay? If I go to somewhere, I don't want to feel 57. I want to feel 27.
Yes.
And that's what we use. We use the numbers of a 27-year-old, and our goal is to get you tuned in with your numbers. And guys, numbers don't lie. I don't care if you're in business. I don't care if it's your blood work. Numbers don't lie. We can't fudge them. When we send it off, it's a separate lab doing it. When we get it back, we're going to show them to you.
It is what it is.
We will give you a copy of it.
Yeah.
And numbers don't lie, and we are going to tweak you into where hopefully you're back at feeling like you're in your 20s.
Sign me up, Doc. DC, you and I both, we can go together. Audio Bob probably want to jump on the train, too. I love the sounds of this, and I know a lot of people listening right now do, too. It's Dr. Brent Tidwell, again, complete-healthandwellness.com. Consultation is needed at 205-343-7743. Doc, I'm afraid if you get me feeling like I'm 27 again, I'll moon McFarland Boulevard or something.
Well, I tell you what, I go back with y'all. I've been listening to y'all since I was in my 20s.
Is that right?
So I'm an old schooler.
Thank
with
you
y'all.
for that.
I've been listening to y'all for a long time. So yeah, let's get y'all back to where when I was listening to you back in the 80s.
Yeah, back in the moon over McFarland days.
That's right.
I love it.
Lock it in and rip your knob off.
There you go.
All of that. Well, it is a pleasure to spend a couple minutes with you this morning, and we look forward to talking about you as we go forward. And I can't wait to get in and get a tune-up.
Hey, let's get you both in. Let's get you tuned up.
All right,
y'all.
y'all.
Get Diesel tuned up.
Diesel may be in better shape than the rest of us. I don't know.
Probably.
It's Dr. Brent Tidwell, everybody. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, guys.
We appreciate you, man.
This is the Steve and DC Show.
Coming up in just a little bit, we're giving away concert tickets, so get ready to win. We'll open the Mesrano Law concert ticket window. It is time now for the morning pledge and national anthem. And this morning, we'd like to dedicate the pledge to all of our friends at Tuscaloosa Academy.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
This is the Steve and DC Show.
Okay, so it's time to give away concert tickets, and we're standing by at 205-339-4953, and we open the Mesrano Law concert ticket window right now, and it's a winner's choice. You get to pick which concert you want to go to.
That's right.
I mean, how about that? Who else lets you do that?
Nobody does.
All right, let's go.
Who's that
Eenie,
dumb?
Money, and Mo. Hi, who is this, please?
Candace.
Hi, Candace. Good morning. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's going on at your house?
I'm at work, actually.
Oh, what do you do for a living, Candace?
Just ride the roads, the security.
Oh, okay. Security. Very good. All right.
Well, but we're curious what's going on at your house.
Candace?
Well, the dogs are playing.
Are you packing?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if you're a security person and you see something that shouldn't be going on, what exactly do you do?
Yeah.
Call somebody.
We just report reserve. That's all we do.
I got you. Well, that's good. You need the eyes out there all over the place these days.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, we'd love to give you some concert tickets. And this morning, DC is with us, and you really can't tell from listening, but he's live from Richmond, Virginia this morning.
That's right.
And I'm live from Skyland Boulevard in Tuscaloosa. And Audio Bob has joined us here. And it's something.
Where is he?
He's right here across from me, and he's ready to play, DC, Think Fast.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Here we go. Audio Bob is known for his fast thinking.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
And it's on display this morning. Bob, you're going to have 1 minute to win these tickets for lovely Candace. And you have 8 things to do in this 1 minute. And listen, this is for Candace, and she's our listener, and we want to make her happy, all right?
Yeah.
I get a whole minute?
You get a whole minute, so do what you can. All right, thinking cap on, think fast, ready to go. It's for Candace. Now, come on.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
Name a chemical on the periodic table that starts with an H.
Helium.
Something in the baking aisle that starts with an F.
Flour.
Name a state capital city that starts with an M.
New Mexico.
A state capital city. A state.
New Mexico, New Mexico.
Okay, we'll have to check that one.
How about
name a singer whose name starts with a B?
Luke Bryan.
Name a gas station that starts with an S.
Oh.
Come on.
Safe Mart.
Name a famous artist, painter, whose name starts with a P.
Picasso.
Something you pack for vacation that starts with a C. Oh, you failed, Candace.
Hey, you read slow.
Name something you pack on vacation that starts with a C.
A comb.
What now?
A cologne.
A comb.
Cologne. A charger, like a phone charger. Okay, DC, let's go back to a couple of answers and review those.
Yeah. Mexico is not the capital of any state.
You said.
You see.
Did you
I
say
said New Mexico.
But that's not the capital.
What's the capital of New Mexico?
Albuquerque.
Albuquerque, that's right. Darn it.
Albuquerque. Yeah. It's Albuquerque.
And then when you said the
capital
artist.
with an N.
Go ahead, DC.
You said the artist, and did you say who
Brian?
did you say?
He said Luke Bryan, which we'd take that.
No, the
starts with
the
a B.
painter, the painter
Picasso?
Picasso, so that was good.
Okay, I didn't hear that.
Was good.
All right.
Now, what was your gas station that starts with an S?
Safe Mart.
Okay, is there a Safe Mart?
Safe Mart.
Yeah, look it up.
There is a
What
Safe
about
Mart.
Shell?
That's what I was thinking, Shell. But you say
They're communist.
You say there is a Safe Mart.
Safe Mart. I'm going to look that up. I don't know if that's real.
Check that. And then you ran out of time on something you packed for vacation that starts with a C. It was Charger. So you didn't get all of them in 60 seconds. You did not think fast this morning, Audio Bob. Candace.
There is no Safe Mart, by the way.
Mart.
Candace, I tell you what, DC and I would like to buy your concert tickets. How about that?
Yes.
Oh, how sweet.
We would love to do that. And all you have to do is tell us which concert you want. Is it Hank Jr., Rick Springfield with 38 Special, Travis Tritt, Cody Johnson, Cody Jinks, Cody Jinks, Billy Currington and Kip Moore, or Kool and the Gang at Funkaloosa? Which show would you like to see, Candace?
Hank Williams, please.
Hank Jr. is a good choice.
You got it.
You got it. They're yours. DC and I will pick up those for you. And we apologize that Audio Bob thought the game was called Think Slow.
I'm still trying to figure out a capital city that starts with an N.
Hang on.
Fresh, funny phone sham calls and unforgettable classics.
The phone sham always has me in stitches. I look forward to it every morning.
Hello? Yes, we were told by the hotel that we're calling various rooms. I'm with MTV. This is James Kennedy's, and we're doing a series regarding spring break, and they were nice enough to give us a list of rooms that have college students registered.
Uh-huh.
And we're just basically trying to get some information for a piece we're preparing as we're live for spring break week.
Okay.
Do you watch MTV?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's great. Okay, are you all in college?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Now, are any of you related to each other?
Sarah and Gretchen are.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
They're sisters.
Yeah.
That's perfect, because we're trying to do a piece just focusing on sisters. Are either of them nearby?
I
really would appreciate it.
Hold on a
We're
second,
going to
okay?
have some MTV stuff for you and everything.
Okay, hold on, okay.
I just need to speak to one of the sisters.
Okay. This is Sarah.
Sarah?
Uh-huh.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
Roger Damien here with my associate from MTV, and we're doing a special series on spring break.
Uh-huh.
And we just had a few questions, and I'm told that you and your sister are there.
Actually, my sister isn't here tonight.
Oh, that's all right. Where is your sister?
She stayed at the Radisson with some, these guys that we met on the airplane over here.
Oh, okay. So you met some guys coming over on the plane?
Yes.
Have you had any wine coolers, any type of alcoholic beverage?
Yes.
What exactly? Any wine coolers?
Wine coolers? Yeah, Jack Daniel wine coolers.
Okay, Jack Daniels. That happens to be one of the ones that we're going to be talking about on the. It's very popular with college kids.
How many would you say you've had
in the last, say, 48 hours?
Probably not that much. We started off with those. We went to tequila, Jim Beam, and Bud Light.
Oh, in that order? Hey, you girls are having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Tequila, Jim Beam, and Bud Light?
Yes.
All right, now is that you or your sister?
Pretty much all of us in the room here.
And your sister is pretty much the same choice in party beverages, the tequila, the Jim Beam, and the Bud Light?
Corona.
Oh, Corona, too. Okay. She likes it all, I guess.
Yeah, I like Corona, too.
Yeah.
Has she spent basically all of her time with those other guys, or are you guys meeting up again today at some point?
No, we meet up every day.
And then she stays in the evening over there at the Radisson?
Yes.
Okay. So are these friends that she ended up hooking up with?
Hold on a second.
Hey, Pam?
Yeah.
Are you hearing all this?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. Hello?
Oh, can you hang on one more second?
I can't. Anything else? How else have you spent your time?
Beer bonging. Can you hear me?
Well, you're beer bonging, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, beer bonging and what else? A lot of clubs and stuff, just dancing and that kind of thing?
Ask them about community service.
What about, have you done any community service?
There you go.
Any community service? I think you're going to be doing some. Guess who's on the phone with us?
My dad.
No, your mom.
Oh. I love you, Sarah.
It's kicking in again. Your mom heard the whole thing.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Sarah. Holy.
Do you understand Mom's still listening? Mom, I didn't know they spoke French.
Yeah, right. Mom, I love you. I love you, too. You better be good.
This is the Steve and DC Show.
DC, I have a question for you. This is very important. And anyone listening right now, have you been within 10 feet of a live cow?
Yes.
I know it's an odd question. You have?
I have. In fact, I have witnessed the birth of a calf.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's impressive. I have been within 10 feet of a live cow, but I've never witnessed the birth of a calf. But scientific research out this morning, according to Reddit, is saying that 90% of people in the world have been within 10 feet of a live cow.
What?
90% of people.
Why would they study that?
Well, they study everything. They've almost run out of things to study.
Somebody in a meeting somewhere said, hey, there's one thing we haven't looked at.
Right. Is how many people have been near a live cow. But I find that fascinating. 90% of people have been within 10 feet of a live cow? I mean, stop and think about it.
It's like that thing. Okay, have you ever heard this? You're always within 5 feet of a spider.
I have heard that. I don't think that's true.
You know what that is?
What?
Here's why it is true. Because they're under the floor.
Oh, so everybody is always, including right this minute, you're within 5 feet of a spider.
Well, unless you're driving in your car.
Okay, all right. But if you're at home or at even your office.
Yeah, because they congregate under houses, under businesses,
Well, so there's two things we've learned. 90% of people have been within 10 feet of a live cow and 5 feet away from a spider at any given moment.
Unless you're driving.
Now, if you have not been, if you're part of that 10%, anybody listening out there, call us if you're part of the 10%, if you've never been within 10 feet of a cow. And in the meantime, this is what it might sound like if you don't know. And gosh, I hope we didn't pay a lot of money for that sound effect. That's what it
really
would sound
impressive.
like to be near
Really
a cow.
impressive.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Fascinating facts here on the Steve and DC Morning Show. Both entertaining and educational is what it is.
This is the Steve and DC Show.
We remember the classics like Doug Stone and I'd Be Better Off in a Pine Box.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to be in a pine box because they bury you and the worms can eat right through the pine.
There's really something. I love that song, but it's very dark and depressing, too.
Well, it is. It is. I'd be better. Think about it. I'd be better off. Basically, I'd be better off dead, is what he's saying.
That's what he means.
Just bury me in a pine box.
And let the worms eat me.
Yeah. Worm food. Of course, at that point, your soul's gone, so it won't even matter, I guess.
By the way, speaking of that, I went hiking yesterday.
I saw the video, or I wouldn't believe it. It proves that grandkids can get you to do things you normally would never do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because my grandson Eli really wanted to go. So we go hiking, and I believe I have been inflicted with a parasite.
Only you.
And
the one time you go hiking in the woods, you get, is it a tick? Do you need somebody to check you for ticks?
Well, no, it's not a tick, but I'm already feeling the fever. And I think I'll be in a coma soon. and then I think what comes after that is the brain swelling and death.
Yeah, well, good luck to you. I'll bury you in a pine box if anything goes wrong.
But there was something that was on my leg when we got back.
Yeah.
In fact, my youngest grandson, well, formerly youngest till our new one was born, said, "Pawpaw, look at your leg."
Yeah.
And I looked down, and there was some sort of beast attached to my leg.
Yeah.
I think it was a botfly.
A what?
A botfly.
What's a botfly? I've never heard of that.
I don't know.
Are they deadly?
Yes. They're very. It can. In fact, if you go to TikTok and
that's
put
a big
botfly in,
don't do that.
You'll see people pulling them out of folks, and they embed under your skin.
Like a tick, just like a tick.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's like a cousin of the tick, apparently.
So I only have a few days left.
Well, I'm glad you're spending the morning with us.
Yes, that's right.
I know you're nervous because you're like me. You get a little anxiety when you fly. You're flying back from Richmond tonight, and it sounds like you're going to meet up with the with the stormy weather while you're in the air flying tonight.
Yeah, I was just looking at the radar, and we'll be flying directly into the thunderstorm this evening. So, really, between the parasite, the airline, and I'm flying on a Boeing jet. So this is my last show.
You could lose a door, a wheel, or your life.
Yes.
Well, good luck to you. And by the way,
this is it for me.
If anything happens, I'd like your new fancy headphones.
You can have them.
All right,
yes.
Thank you. Well, we'll be thinking about you and praying for your a safe return later today. They are saying the weather forecast, according to Span, and everybody says the system will move in probably between 6 and midnight. We are looking at wind gusts, possibly up to 70 miles per hour, ping-pong-sized hail, and there is a possibility of a pop-up tornado. So we'll keep you posted on 95.3 The Bear and be here to cover it for you, of course.
Wait a minute. Ping-pong-sized hail?
Ping-pong-sized hail, yes.
Those Boeing planes aren't built to withstand that. There's no way. I've got no chance.
No, I don't think those Boeing bolts are tight enough to withstand that based on what we've seen lately. You'll be fine. On this peanut butter and jelly day.
It's peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter
There you
jelly
go.
time. Peanut butter jelly time. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly.
Ah, yes.
Peanut butter jelly.
Peanut butter jelly day. A day to celebrate the world's most popular sandwich.
Yes.
By the time you turn 18, if you're the average American, and most of us are, you will have eaten 1,500 PB&Js.
Yep.
How about that?
And they also say to make a perfect PBJ, you must spread peanut butter on both slices of bread.
Got to do it or it'll be soggy.
Yeah.
Yeah. America's go-to sandwich wasn't a thing until World War II. Did you know that? And it became a staple for American soldiers.
Yeah.
That's how it first started. And then bread used to come in a loaf. You had to slice it yourself. And when it came pre-sliced, they said, it was easy for kids to make their own PB&J, so that made it even more popular.
I did know that.
There was a time when it was considered food for rich people because peanuts were scarce. So it was considered rich people food, peanut butter and jelly.
I did know the thing about the military because at the same time, it was amazing. Do you know we wouldn't have orange juice if not for the military?
How's that?
Because they tried to think of a way to get the soldiers vitamin C, and they had these tablets that they gave them. Didn't work. They were awful, and most of the soldiers were throwing them away. So they said, we've got to get a tasty way to get them vitamin C. And that's where orange juice came from. Yeah.
You know, this show becomes more educational by the day. I mean, it really does. Okay, people are tapping the app right now asking, Stevie DC, who does the peanut butter jelly song you're playing? It's actually by a group called the Buckwheat Boys.
Excuse me?
Yeah, the Buckwheat Boys do peanut butter and jelly time. Stephen DC in the morning. You know what I think we need this morning? I think we need a shot of our favorite Barbara Boyd.
All vouchers that have been proposed by the governor will also come out of the Education Trust Fund. And that would make further reductions to the grocery tax nearly impossible.
I think she's from Rhode Island, if I'm not mistaken. Need to let you know that the Alabama basketball team will be flying out of the Tuscaloosa airport at 1:45 this afternoon, headed to Phoenix for their Final Four basketball game. So if you want to send our guys off in style, be at the Tuscaloosa airport about 1:45 this afternoon when the team plans to head to Phoenix. Of course, the game is Saturday night, about 7:50 is the tip-off. Alabama and UConn. Going to be a good one in Phoenix on Saturday night. You can hear it on 95.3 The Bear. We want to send you to Panama City Beach, Florida for a vacation, and you'll stay at the Holiday Inn Resort, and man, they get nothing but 5-star reviews. You're going to love this place, and everything about this vacation we're giving away. So here's how you win it. It's the Who Said Roll Tide contest. I know, right? We have 8 people saying Roll Tide. You have to identify all 8 people. And if you get that right, you're going to the beach, and we're paying for the vacation. Now, we can tell you how many you get right, just not which ones. Want to play it for you? Going to play it a couple of times. You have to tell us who's saying Roll Tide. Here are the voices.
Roll Tide! Roll Tide! Roll Tide!
Roll Tide! Roll Tide, baby!
Roll Tide! Roll Tide! Roll Tide!
All right, one more time.
Roll Tide!
Roll Tide! Roll Tide!
Roll Tide! Roll Tide, baby!
Roll Tide! Roll Tide! Roll Tide!
All right, I know it's tough, especially here in the beginning, but nail it and you're going to the beach. We're standing by at 205-339-4953. If you'd like a shot, 205-339-4953. Hi, who is this, please?
This is Keith.
Hello, Keith. How are you this morning?
Doing good. How are you guys?
We're doing well. Do you think you can identify those 8 Roll Tide voices?
Probably not, but I'll give it a shot.
Give it a shot. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to say Charles Barkley, Channing Tatum, Blake Shelton, Carrie Underwood, Nick Saban, Bear Bryant, and Nate Oates.
2 out of the 8 were correct, Keith.
Okay, guys, I'll try again.
Hey, just keep listening because everybody's guesses will be your clue. 95.3 The Bear. Hi, who's this?
Hey, it's Jan.
Hey, Jan, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
We're doing good. You sound good this morning. Are you at work?
I am.
What do you do for a living, Jan?
I work at the University of Alabama.
Roll
20
Tide.
years.
20
Roll
years.
Tide.
Good job, 20 years. We're going to play the voices one more time, and then you try to tell us the 8 people saying Roll Tide to win the beach trip. Here it is one more time.
Roll Tide!
Roll Tide! Roll Tide!
Roll Tide! Roll Tide, baby!
Roll Tide! Roll Tide! Roll Tide!
All right, Jan, take a shot.
Okay. Charles Barkley, Terry Saban, Patrick Murphy, Mark Sears, Chris Stewart, Mac Jones, Jalen Milrose.
Jan, you've done better than anyone else so far. You got 3 out of 8.
Okay, well, we're getting there then.
We are getting there slowly but surely. Keep listening, keep trying. All right, I want to play it one more time. Who's saying Roll Tide?
Roll Tide!
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Roll Tide, baby.
Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
Good luck. We've got something that we've just put up at 953thebear.com. When you get a minute, and I know you may be at work, it's worth a click. It's 7 rules that we should all live by for a happy life. And if we can do these 7 things, we'll have a happy life and a happy wife. And I don't want to give anything away because I want you to read the 7 rules that are up right now. 953thebear.com. 7 rules of life. I think you'll enjoy it. And you might want to share it. All right. You know what? We've got a question. If you can answer this question, we'll give you concert tickets. And you decide it's a winner's choice as we open the Mesrano Law concert ticket window one more time. I thought this was interesting. Tom Brady has a podcast. And on his podcast, he was interviewing Snoop Dogg. And he asked Snoop about the highest he had ever been. Because, you know, Snoop likes the devil's lettuce, you know, the jazz cabbage. So he asked Snoop the highest he had ever been. What was Snoop's answer? 205-339-4953. We're standing by for you to call and tell us. And Snoop answered quickly, the highest he had ever been. What was his answer? And it was a person, by the way. I'll go ahead and tell you, it involved a person. Who was that person? The highest Snoop Dogg had ever been. Hi, who's this?
Who's this? Jay.
Hey, man, what's your answer?
We'll say when he was smoking with Willie Nelson.
So you're guessing Willie Nelson, which sounds to me like a very, very intelligent guess. Let's find out.
What was the most stoned you've ever been in your whole life? With Willie Nelson. We was in Amsterdam on 420, so we went back to his hotel room, and we was playing dominoes. So Willie had a vape, a joint, I had a blunt, and he had a pipe. And I'm just getting higher and higher and higher, and he just keep passing it to me, and I'm like trying to stop, but I can't because I don't want to show no signs of weakness. 15 minutes into the session, I say, Willie, hey, man, let's get something to eat, man. And we go to Kentucky Fried Chicken, right? And when they bring the chicken from the drive-thru, they give it to us, and me and Willie both put our hands in the bucket at the same time. And we grab the same piece of chicken, Tom, and I look at Willie and I say, it's yours, cuz.
It's yours, cuz. Oh, that's very funny. Can you imagine working at, they probably went to the drive-thru. Can you imagine working at Kentucky Fried Chicken and up pulls a stoned Snoop Dogg and Willie Nelson? Well, congratulations. You said, Willie, you win the concert tickets. Who would you like to see? It's your choice. Hank Jr., Rick Springfield with 38 Special, Travis Tritt, Cody Jinks, Billy Currington and Kip Moore, or Kool and the Gang at Funkaloosa? What's it going to be?
Let's try Cody Jinks.
That's a good one. Man, he puts on a great show and has some good songs. Hang on a minute. We're going to get you all hooked up. And thank you so much for listening. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Hang on, brother.
This is the Steve and DC Show.
Want to remind you again, the Alabama Crimson Tide basketball team departs from T-Town, Tuscaloosa Airport at 1:45 this afternoon. If you want to be out there and give them a big Roll Tide send-off. And, of course, they're headed to Phoenix for the Final Four. Hey, a couple of things this morning. A list of the laziest dogs has been released. What breed do you think is the laziest? And it looks like it should be the laziest. The Basset Hound is number 1 laziest breed of dog, according to this list. And the runner-up, a close number 2 for laziest dog, is the English Bulldog. They just kind of lay around and grunt. I have that in common with them. Today is International Fact-Checking Day. Fact-Checking Day, or as CNN knows it, Tuesday. And if you have AT&T, here's a heads up. Hackers have leaked the private data of millions of AT&T users. Hackers have gotten in, and it's been done. Nothing you can do about it. Hey, that's our job, said TikTok. Ain't it the truth? And finally, this is a sad note this morning, and it's about Jay Leno. His wife apparently has been diagnosed with dementia, and it is so severe she hardly recognizes him. Hate to hear that. I like Jay Leno and miss him on late night. Now we got those, political activists doing the late night television, and it's not nearly or not ever as funny as it used to be. But Jay Leno's wife with dementia this morning.
This is the Steve and DC Show.
John Garrett gets you through the midday hours with your favorite country music, and more requests at noon. We dedicate today's Steve and DC show to our first responders out there, our U.S. military. We honor you each and every day and appreciate you. And you truck drivers, we see you. Thank you for making us number one. God bless you. Stay safe. Roll Tide.
Hey, 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 Steve and DC, say goodbye. Na, 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 na. Hey, 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 Steve and DC, say goodbye.
The Steve and DC Show has left the building.
Roll Tide!
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Roll Tide, baby.
Roll Tide. Roll Tide.